Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 225, A Christmas Caroline. It was Christmas Day on the island of Sodor, and Caroline the car was stranded near the Coldefell Railway. She had broken down weeks ago, but nobody had noticed her absence. Caroline had long given up hope of being rescued, and was becoming rather glum. "What we need is a good snowfall," she muttered to herself. "That way there will be an avalanche and I'll get buried in a hurry. Normally an old car like myself shouldn't be left out in inclement weather, but at this point I'd welcome anything to break the boredom." "It's not that boring," said an engine. "Ah, who are you?" gasped Caroline. "And what are you doing on the ground next to me?" "I'm Proteus, the magical narrow-gauge engine. I was saying it's not boring. Look at the spectacular mountain views up here." "Well, yes, I suppose that is a beautiful view, but I've been stuck up here for weeks and it all looks the same now. But what are you doing here? You're a tank engine and you're not on the rails. Did you crash next to me?" "No, Caroline, I appeared next to you. I'm a special engine. Have you never heard the story of my magic lamp?" "Of course not," she grumbled. "I'm an old car, not a child looking to be entertained by a fairy tale. Now why don't you leave me alone so that I can rot in peace?" Proteus chuckled. "You're quite the humbug, my dear. Come on, I have a few things I want to show you." Caroline rolled her eyes. "Even if I wanted to go with you, I can't because I'm stuck here. If you're so magical, then why don't you call for help and get me out of these cold mountains?" "In a minute, dear," said Proteus. "I'm about to show you what you mean to the island of Sodor." Suddenly, in a blinding flash, the two were quickly transported across the island. "What was that?" gasped Caroline. We've traveled at a high rate of speed and arrived at a different location. What is this sorcery?" "Relax," laughed Proteus. "If you love that, then you'll be amazed at airplane travel. But never mind. Look, we're in front of Bulgy's bridge. Toll booth." "Oh, thank goodness! I can call for help now. And look, there's Sir Topham Hatt. Hello, sir, I'm back. Remember me?" "He can't hear you, sweetheart," mumbled Proteus. "Now sit back and watch." "What are you doing here, sir?" asked Bulgy. "I need your help," he replied. "Caroline has gone missing and we must find her before the elements take their toll. You know all of the back roads on Sodor and can look where the other engines and road vehicles wouldn't dream of looking. In the spirit of Christmas miracles, I will let you out of this toll booth if you help us in the search." Bulgy looked from side to side. "Normally, I couldn't be bothered to search for someone in general, and of all days on Christmas. But Caroline deserves to be found. She always gives me the right of way when we share the road. You have my word, sir. I'll do everything I can to help out."
"Well, isn't that nice?" said Caroline. "You know, I've never interacted with Bulgy much, but the fact that he would remember me for that—" Suddenly, the scene at the bridge vanished, and the next thing Caroline knew, she and Proteus were in front of the Dieselworks. "What are we doing here?" she asked. "I don't think I've ever been here before." Just then, Paxton rolled up. "I just talked to Boko at Vickerstown, and he said that Caroline is still missing. If you guys can lend a wheel, the more engines that are looking for her, the better." "Aw, Paxton's a great engine," she murmured, "but I'm sure Diesel and everyone else could care less about me." Proteus smiled. "Wait and see," he chuckled.
"Paxton is right," said Diesel. "Come on, Airy and Bert. Do your one good Christmas deed and go assist in the search. I'll join up when I've been refueled."
"That's the spirit," shouted Paxton. "Follow me, everyone."
Ari and Bert grumbled to themselves, but they still followed Paxton out of the Dieselworks. Caroline was most surprised.
Well, isn't that swell? I can't believe it. Although Bert looks a lot different than the last time I remember.
That's the steam engine, honey, not the diesel, said Proteus.
Oh, right. How do you know everything, by the way? And how are we getting around like this?
The lamp, remember? Now hold on to your spare tire. I want to show you something else. Before Caroline could say anything, she and Proteus were at the Search and Rescue Center.
It looks rather empty here, she said. Where is everyone?
They're out looking for you, silly. Look, here comes Flynn. And Flynn looked exhausted. All right, Gordon, it's your turn. Thanks for covering for me while I was out searching for Caroline. No problem, Flynn. This is a team effort. The entire island is involved in the search. I'll be back in a few hours. Until then, get some rest and I'll wake you when I return. Just then, Caitlin puffed up. Look, it's the fastest engine in the world, chuckled Dustin. Lovely coaches you have there, Caitlin.
Thank you, boys. Normally, I'd stay and chat, but I'm pulling a trainload of workmen to help look for Caroline. We're going up near Ulfstead Castle in Coldie Fell, so wish us luck.
See you soon, Flynn, said Gordon. I never thought I'd be a search and rescue engine, but when Caroline's the prize, anything's possible, I suppose.
Caroline was speechless. Now do you see what you mean to this island? This is incredible, she murmured. Gordon and Caitlin, they were just at the Great Railway Show winning awards, and now they're looking for me? The entire island of Sodor, looking for me? But I'm just an old broken down car with a bad attitude. I don't deserve this attention. See how many engines and road vehicles you've impacted? There's a reason why everyone's looking. Everyone loves you, Caroline. I hope you can see that now. Caroline smiled. I think I do, she said quietly. But are those workmen really coming to look for me? They are, said Proteus. Uh-oh, that means we need to get back to Coldie Fell. And in the blink of an eye, the two were back in the mountains where Caroline had been stranded. That was a very interesting experience, she said. But was all of that real? Or am I just imagining everything right now?
Well, you have been stuck in the wilderness for a few weeks, so you're probably hallucinating. But that doesn't mean what you've seen here isn't actually happening.
Okay, laughed Caroline. That makes me feel better, because for a second, I thought this was all just a... Proteus? Proteus! Where are you? Proteus! Oh, great. Now I'm all alone again. That silly engine, making me think I was about to be rescued.
Caroline, shouted Bulgy. There you are. I thought I heard you shouting. It's nice to see that you're all right. Let me go get some help and we'll get you out of here.
Caroline was relieved. That evening she was towed to Knapford Station where Sir Topham Hatt and the engines were waiting for her.
My dear Caroline, he said thoughtfully, I realized at Vickerstown Station a few days ago that I hadn't seen you in a while, and it occurred to me that you might have gone missing. We'll get you fixed up in no time, and you'll be back on the roads here soon.
Merry Christmas, Caroline, said Thomas. We've all missed you tremendously. And I've missed you all too, she murmured. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks for remembering me.